Well, I did it mainly because I wanted the experience. I wanted to do it. I wanted the experience of buying gold from Costco. I'm not new to buying gold or silver, and this actually might be a decent video if you want to share it, to let other people know the experience of buying gold from Costco. I have seen a few other YouTubers. I haven't seen anybody actually buy the gold from Costco and unbox it. I've seen a lot of YouTubers say that it's a dumb thing to do, it's not a good investment, and you got to be fearful to buy it, and all of that's pretty much the opposite. I don't think they really quite understand that. Well, I guess they're right about gold not being an investment. That's, in my opinion, it's not an investment. It's money. It's something that that's good everywhere in the world. I'm going to use this knife to open it. It's a Nighthawk Custom. This is the Night Hunter. It's designed and hand-built by master bladesmith Steve Woods. It's got CPM 154 steel and black G10 handles. And one thing about I'll tell you about the experience buying from Costco. Here's how it came. This is not how you send out precious metals in the mail. You don't just put it in a bubble mailer. So you can tell, wow, that just went through that like it wasn't there. So highly recommend that. Dang. So usually if you buy precious metals, you'll buy it from like an online dealer. Actually, the local coin shop is the absolute best place to buy it, in my opinion. You can pay cash for it. You can buy it and walk out with it the exact same day. Otherwise, you can go to online bullion dealers like Monument Metals, Bullion Exchanges. If you look, maybe down in the comments, some people can put their favorite online bullion dealer. There's SD Bullion, JM Bullion. APMEX is going to show up first on your Google search, and they're probably going to be the most expensive. So there's a website also. I'll put a link to the website. It's called findbullionprices.com. And they just show you the cheapest prices out that they've collected. There are ways to get stuff cheaper, a little bit cheaper, but it's not a big deal. If you pay like 10 bucks more for an ounce of gold somewhere from a reliable dealer, it's worth it. You just don't want to cheap out on this stuff. So this is my first 1 ounce gold bar. I've purchased a lot of fractional gold bars, and I have purchased a lot of 1 ounce gold coins, but this here I wanted because I thought it looked cool. Rand Refinery. I really wanted one. I like the design, and I guess I could partially blame Salivate Metal because he's a collector. He used to be a stacker, and he's kind of admitted that he is now more of a collector, and I think I'm falling into that category as well. But I'm collecting things that are valuable, that have actual value. And Costco's sold, I think in the first quarter, Costco sold over $100 million of gold bars. That's a lot of people. So back to the YouTubers that have kind of been critical of it, they say that it's you're fearful if you're buying this stuff, and I guess that maybe they might be partially, maybe they're fearful, but I'm very secure knowing that I have wealth outside of the dollar, so I don't have to worry about inflation as much. And I store mine in vaults. I've got a couple different vaults around in other countries even. So I mean, if something really crazy happened, I'm not planning on it. I don't think the US dollar is going to go away, or that we're going to have like a Weimar Republic type collapse. But things like this are a good way to save your money outside the system, and then you can turn it back into currency later. I've heard people say, it's funny when they say, well, you can't eat gold. It's like, well, show me how you eat your 401k. Can you show me how you consume your Roth IRA? Or it's just nonsensical when people say you can't eat gold, that they probably don't have the money to buy it, and they're probably just saying it out of jealousy, which sucks. But I mean, if they would just open their minds, they could probably end up being way better off. So what else? Buying gold is fun. It's really fun. You get a dopamine hit like you were if you bought that expensive Coach purse, if you're a lady, or I don't know what dudes buy, expensive gun or something like that. You know, you buy this really cool fancy new CZ pistol, but that goes down in value after you buy it. This maintains its value. There's a little bit of a premium, of course. I think this was about $10 over spot or something like that. At the time I purchased it, this cost $2,099, so almost $2,100. And at the time when I bought this, it was a better deal than most of the online dealers, which I'll pay an extra $10 to buy a gold coin from a reputable online dealer. This will be the last gold that I buy from Costco, because there are better places that have better customer service that aren't going to ship it in a poly mailer. Really? That's when I saw that, I was like, wow. I was thinking, wow, this is probably going to be all jacked up, because this actually has a little protective film over it, over the plastic. This is called an assay card. It's got the serial number right here that's also printed down here. There, I guess you can see it now. So it's got the purity, the weight, and then a serial number. And the Rand Refinery, this is the same place that mints the gold Krugerrands, which is the oldest commercial gold coin, I believe, in the world. I think they started in like 1967 producing the gold Krugerrands. Those are wildly popular, internationally known, and established that they're a good company. So I don't know what else to say about it. The experience of buying it. So I figured I'm going to buy an ounce of gold from, I wanted one of these Rand Refinery bars. I've never bought a gold bar. I've always bought coins. And so I wanted a 1 ounce gold bar, and I wanted it from Rand Refinery. Costco had it. And so I went on to Costco.com, and they were out of stock. And I checked a couple days later, and they were out of stock. And I checked about a week later, and they were out of stock. So I opened a Costco tab on my computer at work. I opened a Costco tab at the computer at home, and every once in a while, whenever I walk by the computer, I just refresh the page. And after about a week, it popped up in there. And I was like, okay, point, click, buy, quickly, got it. It was just a pain in the butt to buy because it's always out of stock, and they sell out in like an hour. So it's not like they're just sitting there on the shelf, and you can't go into the Costco. As far as I know, you can't walk into a Costco and buy one because they don't have them sitting on a shelf to purchase. You can only buy them online, at least from what I've been able to ascertain. And what else can I say about it? I don't know. I'm happy with the purchase. I'm happy with the experience. And if you're thinking about buying gold from Costco, I would recommend going to a local coin shop. It doesn't matter if you live in Omaha, Nebraska, or Tuscaloosa, Iowa. Is that where Tuscaloosa is? I don't know. Any big city, a normal sized city, will have at least 1 or 2 or 3 precious metals dealers there. Check out their reviews online, see if they're good, and then just go in there. And you can usually talk to these people and say, hey, I've never bought gold before, and I was thinking about getting some. What would you recommend? They'll probably usually recommend an American gold eagle or an American gold buffalo. I wish I had a couple here to show you, but I'm always unprepared when I make these videos. And by the way, if you like videos about gold and silver and just a perspective of somebody that's been purchasing this stuff for almost 30 years, feel free to hit the subscribe button. What else do I want to say? Oh, collecting. Collecting has always been a bad word for me. Like, I've always considered myself a stacker, not a collector. And I think I've kind of opened my own mind to that with the help of some other YouTube channels, that collecting's not a bad thing, especially when you have a base stack. I wouldn't buy the super expensive, fancy. What do I have? Do I have anything fancy here? Yeah, here's some silver. This is a little bit higher premium Year of the Dragon silver, 2 ounce. See how thick it is compared to a 1 ounce. Much thicker. This will have a higher premium. I usually go for the lowest premium stuff. That would be more like this Kazoo 20 ounce bar. This will be way cheaper than, say, a Royal Mint This is a 10-ounce bar, but the Kazoo Bullion also makes 10-ounce bars. So Kazoo Mint, Asahi. Do I have an Asahi? Yeah. Well, this is the company. This is a 1-ounce Asahi round. They make 10-ounce bars also. These will be less expensive than this. This is a 3 Graces Royal Mint bar. It's got a little bit more of a premium, not extreme. This is a kilo bar here. Much chunkier, heavier. As far as if you're just starting out, I would recommend 1 ounce, the cheapest 1 ounce rounds you can get. Buy 2 of them. Go to your local coin shop today. Buy 2 of these, 2 silver ounces. It should cost you about under 60 bucks. Right now, it's January 3rd, 2024. So you should be able to get 2 1-ounce silver rounds for maybe $3 over spot. So maybe $27 each, $28 each. And it doesn't really matter. Just pay whatever they, I mean, even if they're 30 bucks each, you just need to get 2 so you can clank them together, put them on your desk, fidget around with them for a while. It'll start growing on you and you start understanding. Do a little research on YouTube, watch some silver stacking channels, preferably the ones that don't say you're stupid for doing this or you're stupid for doing that, because those ones are usually the ones that don't have much experience. I heard one guy was calling people an a-hole if they didn't sell when that particular YouTuber said was the proper time to sell, and I guess this guy's only been stacking for like 5 years or something like that, and started his YouTube channel a couple of years after a year after he started stacking, and became an expert instantly because he's got a YouTube channel. Anyway, that's a side rant. But anyway, buying the stuff is fun. That's the main thing. It's fun. You get a dopamine hit. You're buying something that's worth about the same when you go to sell it. You will lose a little bit on the premium. So it's super important. Probably the #1 thing to do before you buy a single ounce of gold or any of these bigger pieces is to have an emergency fund, because this is not something that you sell out of necessity. You want to sell it out of opportunity. So if there's a really good deal on a piece of investment property, a rental home or something like that you could buy, that's when you cash out. Hopefully it's at the time where this is high valued, where the premiums are low and the value is high. You can convert this back into cash, purchase your rental property with the profits from the rental property, because you obviously you have to buy it right. With the profits from the rental company, you can start buying gold again. So it's an excellent savings vehicle. It's a pain in the butt to sell. I guess not really a pain in the butt. You have to take it down to a gold or silver coin shop and then sell it. It's not you can't just swipe a card and then have your gold, purchase things. Anyway, I'm ranting now. Losing my brains. What else can I say about it? I guess I've always been a silver stacker first. I usually recommend getting a base of silver before you branch out into gold, and then maybe buy some fractional gold, some smaller pieces. 1/4 ounce is usually a really good size, and you can get a 1/4 ounce of gold for about 550 bucks. And the premiums are usually not too high on the 1/4 ounces. When you get smaller denominations like 1/10 ounce or 1 gram, then the premiums are starting to really go up. But as long as you're having fun with it, saving money, have an emergency fund so that if you lose your job, just anticipate losing your job or becoming temporarily disabled to where you can't pay your bills with income from your job. And then you'll have a bunch of money on the side, maybe a few $1,000s, enough to cover maybe 6 months worth of your expenses. So if you lost your job, you could sit at home for 6 months on the couch watching TV, and you wouldn't have to worry about losing your home or losing your car. I guess the best thing is stay out of debt, get your credit score up, save some cash, and then start buying some of this, and preferably from a local coin shop. Or then if your local coin shop doesn't have any good deals, then a reputable online dealer. Anyway, that's my story. I bought gold bar from Costco. Feel free to subscribe. Like the video, share it if you think somebody that you might that's curious about buying gold for the first time, because they're seeing the inflation. Maybe they're thinking, hey, maybe I should buy some gold. You can share this video with them. I won't buy another gold bar from Costco, but I wanted the experience. I wanted to be able to talk about it from a position of I've done it and I know what I'm talking about now. So at least as far as buying Costco gold. This is a really cool bar. I'm super happy with it. You can probably find these a little bit cheaper if you search the online dealers. But if not, I don't know. Get it as cheap as possible and stack as much as you can while still having an emergency fund. Anyway, I guess that's about it. Like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. And make sure you secure your wealth. Do it in a way that's fun and that where you can sleep at night and where you're not fearful. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. Later. World Money Wins is out.